Hey everybody, welcome to Graded Point Live. We are on time. There's a
Amazing.
first
Oh
time.
man.
There's a first time for anything.
Nervous laughter.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This is why do people always stream when I have work? Well, quit your job. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
Duh.
All you got to do is you just got to go offline. Go online and then make your job stream.
yeah.
Okay, you know what? Have other people pay you to watch streams.
Go to work
insurance.
for Ron Toye's law firm.
Right?
And you will get paid to watch streams.
Yeah. Get paid lots.
Yeah. We have 2 viewers right now. Isn't it? Guys,
I'm one of them.
what's going on here?
Wow.
We need to.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
We need more people to get to work here. Come on, guys.
Where everybody at?
Yeah. Wake up, folks.
It's time for stream.
Is it because I did it 30 minutes ago instead of like right now?
I did one just now. Did you do them in the Discord?
Yeah, I posted them in all the Discords today. Frequent. Well, you know,
Oh.
the busy
Yeah.
ones. I mean, some of them will be kind of overlapping, so I really need to, you know. So let's pick this up. Hard to engage with only 2 viewers.
It probably didn't expect us to be on time.
Probably not. That's probably the problem. Here I am trying to be more professional and be on time, and
Everybody else like, what? It's not 10:30.
Yeah. It's not 10:15 or 10:20. It's not, you know, everything's wrong. It all went wrong. Well, anyway, we just keep going until they come in. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just talk about shit. You know,
That's right. So
don't waste the joke.
no. So real quick, we'll go over some things. First, I want to show the updated Patreon that I promised would do this week.
And the subscribe scar.
And I'll get to that in a second. Mike, you jumped a gun.
I want to jump the gun.
Damn engines always jumping a gun. That's me. Swear. Stay out of the firewater, Mike.
I know I might hit that herb right now. I don't know.
Oh. So yeah, now it's actually got goals that are, that make sense for us, and actually has tiers for us as well. So right now, until further notice, we only have like 3 tiers. You got the supporter tier. That would, if you're not in the Discord already, that gets you in the Discord. The graded patron, that's our $5 tier. That gives you that was the behind the scenes access that I was talking about. Raptro already is in that tier, so he gets to see all the fun shenanigans. He's going to tell you. He'll tell you straight up it's not that great. It's like they're just
known as the shenanigans.
Yeah, it's basically the shenanigans area. But we still have fun. But and then this one is the contributor, where you get to at that tier. That's when you get all the previous tier stuff, but you also get to give us a topic. You can get to pick a topic, and you can come on the show to discuss it. So it's basically making the audience a part of the game. I think that'll be fun. There will be another tier later, the roundtable tier. That's the one where I want to put together with different creators and stuff, and then people can get in and have discussions with creators and whatnot, because I think that'd be cool. I think, get together, ask questions, go over what has been successful for them, what has not been successful, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And because I know how people, are about Patreon, I also created a Subscribe Star account. And here it is. It's pretty much the same. The minimum, they got a minimum is $1. I put that on there. But the tiers are a little different. You can still like do it for $1. If you do donate $1, it don't have a tier for that where you can get in, because they don't really, Subscribers doesn't really connect to Discord like Patreon does.
Yeah.
Subscribers connects and apparently makes channels in your Discord without telling you.
Right.
But it does not I have not found a way to make it link where as soon as you subscribe, bam, you're in. So if you join and you want to be in the Discord, hit me up somewhere and I'll send you a link. That's no problem. Just be a little more work.
A little more work, but you know, at least you know that you're getting a thing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's many. So yeah, basically, both sites will have the same tiers. So it's up to you what you want to do, right? And if you also want to support, like I said, the Streamlabs link is in the description, and that's just a direct thing. And if you want us to read it out on during the show and stuff like that, and you can have fun doing that.
I think that pretty well covers it.
For now, that pretty much covers it. I will be, like I said, still working. I'm gonna put a video together for all this information, including what we're going to do at the website as time goes on. I also make a post on it on the website. I honestly think I'll be honest. I think the website stuff's going to be the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
That could be a big deal. Let's put it that way. I think that'll end up becoming a big deal. So
something of a big deal,
Yeah. I feel it. So yeah. I like it. It's okay. Where's my boyfriend Cabby? Cab's got he got the nasal six and doesn't want to sniff and stuff all night. So hello.
He's also
hello J0074. Good to see you here. Appreciate you. What are you saying, Mike?
He's also a flagrant homosexual.
Well, yeah. His boyfriend.
That goes without saying.
But I hate to tell you, he just married Piper. So.
So Piper's a homosexual, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's funny I said that, and I know he said because he just said also hands off thought to Piper. Piper has something you don't, and that's a crippling cocaine habit. Something, it appealed to Cab. What can I say? It's just like, yeah, I'm down with that. Sorry. We got 8 viewers, so I think it's time to get in. Let's go. Once again, if you kind of figured out what we're going to do tonight, oh yeah, going to have some fun with some depositions. Because while Ron and Monica's lawyers got the bright idea to file motions and release Vic's deposition in writing, apparently Ty said, okay, well, here's the videos. He gave them, they got them. I don't know how he got them, but I'm going to assume that Ty gave them the videos. So Nick Ricada had the videos last night, and we got to see Ron Toy Boy Soye's deposition. And it's as bad as you imagine it would be.
Oh, Lord. Holy crap. I only watched 5 minutes of it, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. I've forgotten more about habitual cocaine use than Piper could ever learn. Akiva Cohen went into his hug box today. That he did. He couldn't handle it, and he fucked off. But anyway, so I'm gonna use two things tonight just to help fulfilling time. I'm gonna use a bit of a thread from Kiwi Farms. I don't have an account on Kiwi Farms. Just letting you know. I'm just using them for a repository of knowledge. That's it. And then also there's a Twitter account, and I'll show them. You'll see them in a second. That did a play-by-play of all that stuff last night, so I'll be showing that as well. But first, let's get and we can comment as we go along, right? Okay. So the question was asked, I missed the stream. I'm not reading 40 fucking pages of responses. Could somebody give me the TLDR version of Soye's deposition? So, and it was called, the spoiler is called The Cuckening, which I think, Mike, you can confirm he basically, just from hearing his voice, we confirmed that he is definitely a cuck.
Yes, he's got that soft San Francisco like lisp.
Yeah, he's like a...
I don't know how else to describe it. It is super soft. He's got a soft voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's never, like, breathed an ounce of bad air in his whole life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what he was like Ronald something Toye the Third, right? It was like...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, here's a very basic overview. Okay, he basically
Joseph.
Huh?
Ronald Joseph Toye.
Ronald Joseph Toye. Yeah. Ron Soye is the Coco Pajama Boy. I think he's worse. His depot was like Ringu, but instead of losing your life, you lost testosterone. just by gazing upon Ron Toye, you lose testosterone.
You will drink Soylent in 7 days.
He is being cut because 4 people have called him that. Dude, that's yeah. And there's something I'm glad Jameson's in the chat because there's a question that I want him to ask, but we'll answer. But we can do that later. Let's say the cuckening. Oh boy, I see everything. I'm being cucked by everything. So let's go over this overview. He basically admitted that if a company or if someone accuses another of allegations of sexual misconduct, that it is fair for that company to fire you even without an investigation, and that you're wrong for fighting back. That is true. He did say that. He actually believes that if enough people call you something, then it is irrefutable proof that you are guilty. So by his own definition, if a bunch of people called him a pedophile, then that it is in fact true. He said that if people accuse him of being a pedophile, that he would ignore them despite proof shown to him that he can't even ignore being called a cuck. Sorry. Just the cuck thing. Like somebody said, like Jameson said in the chat, at least 4 people called him a cuck, so it's got to be true, right? That's irrefutable proof that Ron Toye is a cuck.
Yep.
Piper, you have more testosterone than Ron Toye. I'm just saying it.
Well, yeah, duh.
Putting it on the line right there. He admitted that if someone disagrees with him, then it's not considered harassment unless they say it in a tone he doesn't like.
What?
Oh, I almost peed. Maybe I should have peed.
Sorry, you go take care of that. We don't want to have accidents on the show.
But this sounds funny. I don't want to miss 9.
Oh, okay. Well, we can stall for a minute.
Okay.
We'll discuss this line, what we just heard, and then when you get back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
So, Mike.
It's harassment if he doesn't like the tone.
Yeah. So Mike. If I go, hey Mike, I just want to let you know that you're a cuck.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's like, what the fuck?
What is this cuckoldry?
Okay, so let's try to pick the tone. Okay, Mike, fucking cuck.
Gasp. Awful. Fuck's sake. So if we started sending like tweets at him with like, "Hey Ron, you're a pedophile," with like happy emotes on it,
yeah,
would that not fit his definition of changing the tone?
He's got this compulsion to like put smiley faces in all of his tweets. And
that's the guy that's real fucking nervous about that, isn't he?
Yeah, and they said something to the effect. He like showed this thing one time about why he does that, and it's something about like it's basically it's like a calming behavior because he lets things get to him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he does it every tweet, that means shit is always getting to him. I mean, I'm not wrong, right?
A little much. No.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
Dude, Ron is working a new job now. What happened to the Tuttle Group? Apparently that the Tuttle Group got purchased by another bank or something like that, or another group, but he got demoted in that purchase. So be careful with that forceful tone. You may turn him on into a Betamax. Are you back, Piper?
Yep.
All right, we can move on. After Ty pulled out a binder full of his tweets and he put them all in front of him and asked him to read some of them, he has a total meltdown, suddenly develops a case of stupid and amnesia, and answers the rest of Ty's questions with either "I don't remember" / recall or quote "It depends."
Does that even count? It depends.
Did you make this tweet? It depends. What?
Right? What?
Oh, dude, he had this whole thing. He quoted of all people in one of his tweets, Chris Kyle. You know, Navy SEAL that killed bin Laden. Was he the one that killed bin Laden? Maybe he wasn't the one that killed bin Laden. But, you know, Chris Kyle, he was like the sniper. Oh, no, he was the sniper, American sniper. Yeah, so he was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, he did this whole thing like talking about there are sheep, and then there's like those that go after the sheep, and then there's the sheepdog that protects the sheep, and he says like, I'm the sheepdog. And this is Ron saying he's the sheepdog, right? And he said, and they asked him, he said like, what is this from? He said, it's a quote. He said, from who? Chris Kyle. And it's like, and then Nick, he paused it, and he goes like, I'm pretty sure Chris Kyle shot people in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Ron in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so his lawyer literally said objection to form at almost every single one of Ty's questions. That's pretty much true from what I saw. Soye was getting so caught up in his own lies that he was making contradictory statements. Also true. He can't remember all 376 tweets that he made about Vic, but can somehow recall some obscure movie quote and talk about a story that he wasn't even present for, as well as the actual fucking contents of the tweets themselves. Now, that's interesting. He had, anybody else who watched this who's in the chat, I think you can say, somehow, he had perfect recollection of what Monica told him happened in Vic Mignogna's hotel room.
But he can't remember his own tweets.
Yes.
Yeah. You missed a big thing. Ron took plenty of loads to the face. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is that what I missed, Jameson? Is that you're making me you get me the jokes? Yeah, Cody coined it Twitter Alzheimer's. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, he had perfect recollection of what happened to Monica, right? You know, what she told him. And then he also had perfect recollection of what the other people had told him. But he can't remember making tweets less than a few months ago. But he can remember something that he was told about that happened in 2007. Which, by the way, in the original interrogatories, Ron said that he first met Vic at a convention in Colorado. During the deposition, he said he met Vic in Florida. I would have to look it up, but because it was already proven that he was not at that Vic and Monica were never at the same convention in Colorado in 2017. So that much I know. Okay, so he literally said he got sort of cut up. Ty laughed at him and called him out for not answering certain questions, as well as calling Casey out for making a shit ton of improper objections. That was true. Ron has a super gay lisp when he talks, so now some of us are convinced that he's actually an unironic fig. The words on the screen. I'm not going to repeat it. Yeah. Ron name dropped a couple of folks, including Ian Sinclair and some broad who voices Videl/Goten. When Ty asked him to repeat the names, Soye just flat out says no. Oh yeah, that James, pay attention. This is the one I want you to answer. Flat out says no, causing Ty to answer with an angry "excuse me," to which Soye recoils like a cuck. He is, and his lawyer who gives him the okay to answer. Now, there was a little bit more to it than that. When that happened, he said, the question was, can you repeat the names of the people accusing Vic of these crimes or these actions? And he said, because he had just did it, so he said, could you repeat them one more time? And he says, no. And Ty said, excuse me. And he, I think he said no again. And he says, well, you have to answer. And he said, you can either answer to me or you can answer to the judge. And then Casey immediately says, answer the question. Now, I know that in deposition, you've got to answer the question. I mean, you can't just say no when it was not a yes or no question. If it was a yes or no question, you can answer yes or no. But he literally tried to say no to answering a question. Like, I'm not going to answer the question.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, James, my question is, with that situation, in that particular regard, some people have told me, and I don't know if it's true or not, if that hadn't been corrected, could he have been held in contempt?
Yes.
Well, I'm asking the law student, but I think you're right, Mike, but, It relative to arms girls, arm length, Florida and Colorado are just a short distance. Like that time Nick, he was stuck in Texas and he asked, he tweeted at Mars Girl and said, could you send me to the, could you pick me up and put me in Tennessee, please? He is required to answer and could be compelled to do so if he had not answered. Okay. So, all right, what is the thing that we missed? We want to know. I want to know what we missed because I'm curious. Unless you want to wait, which is fine with me too. I don't. It doesn't matter to me either way. Excuse me. Got 12 viewing now. Thank you for joining us. Crowd's building. Let's see. Okay. Let me know if he answers because I don't have it. Oh, wait, did he? If he fails to do so, dude, in contempt. Okay. Okay. Okay, Ron kept stalling for time to come up with indirect answers to questions and kept asking Todd to repeat his questions or, quote, make the sentences shorter so that he could understand them better, wasting even more time. I mean, that is a stall tactic, right? That's, you're trying to, stall it out and stuff like that. But, yeah. Soye's body language was horrendous and exactly what you would expect from someone who has something to hide. Examples include, Mike, you listening? Because I know you know some body language shit. Fidgeting too goddamn much, not being able to maintain eye contact with Ty and constantly blinking, not being able to formulate coherent sentences, nervously and rudely saying cool and sure every time Ty called him out for dodging a question, looking over his lawyer every 2 seconds in a silent cry for help, hugging his knees and legs, and giving off a smug smile when he thinks he gave a good answer, up until the point Ty slammed down the huge binder full of his dipshit defamatory tweets. He stopped smirking after that. Now, I want to remind people the biggest thing about these tweets, about this deposition, that was only part 1. There's more tonight. Okay, Monica and Ron are not married, so he has no right to the knowledge of the information. This is liability for phone. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely. There is no spousal protections because they're not spouses.
Yeah. Yep. And he admitted that he heard everything from her.
Yep. Oh, and edit. Oh, yeah, and he somehow also doesn't even know his own Twitter handle, on top of not remembering any of the tweeting he did about Vic, and fucking admitted that no one else had access to his fucking Twitter account. So he basically slips up and admits that he made the tweets without directly saying that he did. Quote, appears like I did. Well, that's because you actually did, Ron. If no one else has access to your account, then how did those tweets get made? Because you made them, you twat.
Apologies. I had to sprint across the house in order to answer the phone, and it was just a telemarketer.
Of course. I hate those. I fucking hate telemarketers with a burning passion. God fucking damn it. So, yeah, that was the end of that.
One of the worst jobs in the world, dude.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And definitely a worst first job.
Okay. Investigation should have never been sent to any outside people. That is that word. Oh, you want some? I mean, if you want some high tea, you just come hang out with me and Mike. We lift weights and gnaw on raw meat.
I'm eating a pork chop as we speak.
See, there you go. and trust me, it's raw. He don't cook that shit. He might put some ketchup on it. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Monica's bull could have sent those tweets. It isn't the man you are, it's the man I want you to be. All right, let's look at some of the, like I said, this particular Ryumio Juno on Twitter. They did a really good play-by-play of the tweets. By the way, if anybody wants to know what he looked like, Ron Soye looks like such a soulless beta cuck. I mean, just look at that. Look at his neck. Holy fuck! I just noticed his neck. Mike, he has that soy neck.
Yep.
Yep.
It's all kind of puffy.
No, it's kind of sticking. It's like straight up. Like it's like long. He's got one of them long soy necks. Mm-hmm. You remember that? Was it that one guy who went interviewed on Tucker Carlson or something? He had that real long soy neck.
Oh yeah, the fucking giraffe.
Yeah, the giraffe guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, tell me he doesn't Ron doesn't have that kind of same neck thing going on here. I don't know. You can't see it. Fuck. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Hold on. I will put it in Discord. Because it's hard to tell from the picture that we have. And, we use for the thumbnail. And this one you can really see it. There you go. Look at that thing.
My God.
You know why you know why Ron so mad at Vic's fan club? I would love to know. Okay, Ron. Oh, let me read this.
Because Vic has one.
Can we ask you how you like your cable service? Ron Toye is probably the most entertaining shit I've heard in a long time. He is such a pathetic shell of a man. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. We lift weights on non-raw meat, guys. Do you have something to tell us? I mean, yeah, we're fucking alpha men. I mean, it's not
Don't
gay
look
or
like I
anything.
can take a. I'm going to tell you, my neck don't look like it could take a 12-inch without gagging.
Yeah, not like the soy man over here. So yeah. So the questions. I love this question. So the first couple questions he asked him, he's like, "Do you know how depositions work?" And then he asked him, "How'd it go, Mike?" Oh, he asked him basically, if someone is accused of a crime they didn't do, that they have the right to defend them. Do you know what due process is? Do you have a right to defend yourself, kind of thing? And then right after that, are you a pedophile?
And he's just like, no.
No. He said, "Oh, and would you be upset if would it upset you to be called a pedophile?" Yes. Why? Because it's not true. Do you think someone should lose their job after being called a pedophile? Yes, if there's evidence. So what if there's no evidence? Should you lose your job if the employee deems it? And once again, a quote from Ron: "If the company has done an investigation, there's no reason to doubt it."
Wow.
What a fucking R-tard. This guy is going all in with justifying this public lynching with no evidence, even if it makes him sound like a moron. I mean, he doesn't need any help in that regard. Let's be honest. But you said if there's corroborated evidence, give me an example. His example: if multiple people say the same thing. So if two people call you a pedophile, you should lose your job. If the company deems it necessary, yes. And response: Jesus Christ, this guy is a company man cuck. Soye's lawyer has made several improper objections in just the short 9 minutes so far. He pretty much objects to every question for no reason. Let this dumbass just answer. He destroys he's destroying someone's career, and the least he can do is answer for it. Well, I mean, that's kind of what they got to do. It's normal, you know. Them doing objection to form is not unusual, but it is what it is. Yeah,
It's a valid waste of time.
Yeah, it would be a shame if a number of women decided to make remnant allegations of Ron Soye being a sexual criminal. According to his own logic, no evidence is needed. He should lose his career and livelihood based solely on the allegations, even if it's only two people accusing. Question: what would you consider a fair investigation? Answer: someone who is in a privileged position to do an investigation. Question: yeah. Question: is it possible for an investigation to go wrong? Answer: that's up to the company to decide.
What?
This guy is a corporation cuck. Holy shit.
Yep. Casey interrupts every question with objection to form. What an asshole. Like I said, it's what, that's, whatever.
It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Yeah. Ron Soye just admitted that tortious interference is fine, even based on private allegations with no proof and if the person is innocent.
Wow.
I hope his stupid statements are used to nail him to in this lawsuit. I mean, that's... Ron Soye is this is a statement from either Nick or Cody from the stream last night. It's like, Ron Soye is an amalgamation of kid fiddler, murderer, and cucklord.
Right?
Question: do you think someone should defend themselves if they are accused of being a pedophile? Yes. What if someone tweeted about you being a pedophile? I would ignore it. Mike.
Oh, my goodness.
If somebody accused you of being a pedophile, I know you well enough. You're a good guy. You're a fun-loving guy. You don't let things get to you. But I know you well enough to know what your triggers are, right? And I know you would burn the internet to the ground if somebody called you a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there would literally be a trail from Canada to Venezuela for how hot mad you would be.
Oh my goodness! Oh.
And it wouldn't be just ignore it. You would. I could see the firebrand coming back out. Right. I could see the multi-level tweets that you used to make. You know, it would be that regard. But I could see it being 100 times hotter than that. There's nobody on this earth, unless they're an actual fucking pedophile, that would just say, I would ignore it. That's something you can't just ignore that shit. You have to meet that shit head on. If I'm not a fucking pedophile, I'm going to make fucking goddamn sure everybody knows I'm not a fucking pedophile. You remember that shit that Piper went through a couple months ago?
God, I know. That's the first thing I started thinking of. As soon as you started talking, I was like, yeah, that fucking sucked. There's no way I could just leave it alone.
Yeah, you had to defend yourself. I mean,
yeah,
because you were being accused of some bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't just
mega
like
bullshit, and then I'm a mom on top of it, so that's just.
I mean, if it was just that you're a bad mom, you're like, whatever. But it was literally they were accusing you of abuse and shit like that. And I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that.
Fuck, I was getting pissed off.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that you're a bad mother, Piper. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying if somebody said, "Oh, you're a bad mom," you're like, whatever.
Yeah, you don't like my parenting style, whatever.
But when they get to the point
when
where like
you go
saying,
way too far,
when they're saying you're sexually abusing your child, it's like okay.
That's disgusting and fucked up.
Well, the gloves are coming off now. Good job, buddy. You know that I don't know. Have y'all ever seen the Hulk movie, the Ang Lee Hulk?
The what?
The Hulk that was directed by Ang Lee. Yeah. There was a part in that movie where his the father, he's trying to like tap into his power, and they're basically making the whole thing that his power is his anger, and he goes like, fine, if you want it, take it, and he turns into the Hulk and he goes, take it all. That was Piper that day, right? He's like, oh, you want my fury? Okay, you want me actually mad? All right, that's the thing. Like people don't realize like. That's the whole thing with defamation, man. Somebody accusing you of being a fucking pedophile, and you're not a fucking pedophile, right? That's not. You just don't ignore that shit. No, you meet that shit head on and you defeat it. You burn it and you put it into the fucking ground where it belongs, and then you burn the ground.
Exactly, dude. I was getting like some of the public tweets that I was getting for that stupid incident was already disgusting, but the DMs I was getting that's why I was like, I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of actual pedophiles, like
trying to draw attention away from themselves. The fucking
yeah, because I was getting really gross descriptions of what I was supposedly doing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, for you to imagine that up in the first place is nasty. Normal people would not think about that at all.
Ron wasn't answering the questions about Ron. He was answering them with Vic in mind. Hey, coming to these streams late. We apologize. I'm always late. Whatever. It'd be the internet apocalypse. I mean, it wouldn't be just internet apocalypse. I'll put it this way. If I'm accused, y'all, you better hope the Yellowstone volcano blows up and destroys the world before I get to you, because that'll be 100 times less worse. That's about how I could sum that up. I mean, that whole term that them's fighting words. Them's literally fighting words.
Yeah.
That's. Let's see. Cough, Dr. Pizza Cough. Yeah, exactly. That guy.
That was the thing that pissed me the fuck off. Holy fucking
Oh my
shit.
god!
Mike,
yes.
Mike fucking like
I spent like a week
just mad,
like, getting like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
My fucking stomach was like just like twisting in on itself, just thinking that there's these fucking assholes like this just going out here abusing fucking children, like 11-year-olds, fucking 11-year-olds. He wasn't. And it's disgusting because the reason it pissed me the fuck off is because it's not only that he's abusing a kid, but he's fucking lazy.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to travel up to a fucking city, and he was getting away with it. And he's seeking even more children to fuck because he's a lazy cunt.
Yeah. Well,
let me clarify something. When I say 100 times less worse, the literal blowing of a super volcano that would literally wipe out all life in North America would be 100 times less worse than what I would do when I get a hold of you.
And his Twitter is still up. Wow. So Twitter endorses.
Yeah.
Well, we already knew that, but
you can't like the woke points, man. Come on, like
yeah.
The woke points. Where was I? Okay. So yeah, that way he would ignore it. The moron gets butthurt over people simply calling him a cuck. Well, the thing is, 1 in 4 people have called him a cuck. So Ron is officially
he is one.
a cuck, according to Ron's definition. Yep. Have you ever heard of the term due process? I think so. It took him way too long to give a lazy answer. Literally, he stared at him for like 15, 20 seconds before he said, I think so.
Wow.
And see, this is a Cody quote. You turned this entire industry into a shit show because you didn't like the guy? What, because he likes Jesus and went and signed people's stupid gay fan art? That was pretty much. We will not tolerate you SJWs infecting our hobby. Get the fuck out of the industry. This applies to every medium, not just the anime industry. I want them gone. I think we can all agree with that.
What happened? What?
The statement was, we will not tolerate you SJWs infecting our hobby. Get the fuck out of this industry. And I said, I think that applies to, and they said that applies to every medium, not just the anime industry.
Yeah. Okay. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. You know what? One thing I'll say about it. You can be a social justice warrior all the fuck you want on your own time. You are free to live, you're free, this country, you're free to think and feel and do however you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you walk through the doors of your company, sit the fuck down, do your fucking job, and then go to fuck home, collect your paycheck, and then you can do that shit, right? Quit putting it into fucking entertainment. I don't give a fuck about your woke points. I don't give a fuck how guilty you feel about something. I'm not feeling guilty. I have nothing to be guilty for.
And you do have nothing to be guilty for. Did you exist like 300 years ago, 200 years ago, 100 years ago? No, fuck.
Mike is a Native American. Well, Native American Canadian, but still, it's still a part of North America, so it still counts, kind of. But do you see Mike like trying to hunt me down because of some shit my ancestors may have done, 300 years ago? No,
that's retarded, and normal people don't do that.
Well, it's also because, for one thing, Mike didn't. For one thing, the biggest thing, I didn't know Mike was a native, and he for a long time he thought I was black. So, so it tells you how
legitimate. This is legitimate. I used to think he was a black guy.
Yeah, until he actually saw a picture of me. He's like, "Wait, he is white."
See, I can tell, but that's Mike's voice.
Well,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Well, the only other people who didn't think I was black was other Southerners. They're like, yeah, I knew you weren't, like, because you just sound like a typical Southerner. I'm gonna look at the chat now.
Wait a second! Don't shoot! He isn't black.
Oh God! Don't shoot! He's
I
not
knew it.
black.
I knew it. Bitter one says, I wonder who's gonna say you're not, and like, yeah, he said you're not. No, I am fucking lily white as rain. I am lighter. If you've seen Piper, I'm lighter.
Ginger.
I am lighter complexion than Piper is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm half ginger, so.
Yeah, so.
The part ginger.
Imagine what it was like to have to go over all of the Larry Nassar stuff. Ooh.
Yeah.
Pedos are sometimes people too. Debatable. That's I mean, that whole like I'm not offending. I don't like people who declare they're not offending, because that kind of tells me they might actually possibly are offending. You know, like. Dude, better one.
Don't look in my direction. I'm one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But better one. Don't worry. I know you were playing around. Don't worry about it. I knew somebody in the chat was going to say, "Wait, you're not." Yeah. Don't shoot. This man isn't black. You can't execute non-people, Mike. He's got a point there.
I mean,
paler than Piper.
But that just means that you don't feel, the only thing that you feel when you finally pull the trigger is recoil.
Mike, that was good. But damn, son,
I stole it from somebody, but I think they were shooting communists, which is also a valid use of your time.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to do the old hand picture, and I'm going to put it on stream so people can see how they can see how like white I actually am. Give me just a second. Oh man, I got the grumbles.
You got the grumbles.
Oh no.
Just a brief aside. Oh Lord, this is a big picture. But yeah, no, that whole, like I don't need to feel guilty for for things you feel guilty about. If you want to feel guilty about it, fine. Find you a nice black or Native American or whatever ethnicity you choose, and give them your fucking paycheck. Don't expect me to pay for it. Yeah, it's your guilt, not mine. Fuck off. That was weird. All right, here we go. All right, open. Ooh, stretchy hand. There we go. All right. There is a picture of my hand. As you can see, it is very white. And that's also me and that's also my big ass foot and my keyboard, apparently. Didn't realize I had that much in the screen. All right, whatever. Yes, give the Korean your monies if you're going to do anything. Yeah. We had a law professor who we all thought was gay. We did not know how to ask him if he was going to the sausage fest. Then we saw him. Hand docs. Yep. If you a pedo, then get a hentai and leave the kids alone. Well, yeah, go. Well, I did show feet. See, they're down there. Just covered with a sock. I ain't showing feet until I get some more Patreon money. And I think that's fair, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, back to work.
Yeah.
Where was I? Okay, here we go. Do you think someone accused of pedophilia should be allowed to question accusers? I don't think that a person who is accused of hurting a child should be allowed to question child. But what about the adult who accused them of pedophilia with due process? He doesn't believe it. Is disagreement considered harassment? Depends. What the freaking hell? These people are lunatics. Now it makes sense why a jelly bean joke is considered sexual harassment. If you're accused of being a pedo and a company fired you, should you be allowed to make a living in that industry? If the industry deems it, no. But the industry did not deem it for Vic. It was the lunatics threatening cons and lying about him that caused cancellations. True. What if companies did want to hire you, but you were afraid of the backlash from public? Do you think that's fair? Yes, I think that's fair. Is it fair to call someone a pedo if they haven't actually seen it themselves? I wouldn't dig into it. I wouldn't dig into it with that person. What?
Wait, what? Yeah, some of the...
Is it fair to call someone a pedo if they haven't actually seen it themselves? Like, if I saw somebody if I accuse somebody of being a pedo but didn't actually see them doing pedo stuff. And he goes, I wouldn't dig into it with that person. Now, this is funny right here. This is funny. Are there any health issues preventing you from testifying truthfully in this deposition? I feel like that is Ty Beard low-key accusing Ron Toya of being mentally ill. According to Ron Soye, he is a loan officer working for a company called Mid-America. I know Mid-America. They're actually a brokerage. They're not really a loan company. They're a brokerage firm. They help facilitate people to get home loans.
Oh God! So they helped create the bubble.
Yeah. Not so many words. Yeah, pretty much. Not sure why he is lying for months about working at Funimation. Also, the dumbass doesn't know his own Twitter handle. Ty just presented Ron Toye with a huge binder full of all the defamatory tweets he tweeted since January. Jesus. Did you write these tweets? Looks like I did. Do you remember tweeting it? I don't recall. And him looking at the binder. Yeah. Him looking at the binder like, I don't know.
I object.
Now listen to this one. Listen to this one. Do you have any other social media accounts besides Twitter? I don't know. Instagram. What the? Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Yes, I do.
Wow.
This guy contradicts himself. The very next answer. You can't make this up. A quick look at the chat. Constitution does state right to face accusers for criminal charges. Absolutely. I can explain that. Ron would not challenge them at all. Tie closing of insanity defense. Binders full of tweets.
Now the big question is, does Ron's employer know that they are employing a pedophile?
Right? Yeah, somebody should call Mid-America. Do you know that you're
We've got more than 4 people.
Yeah. I mean,
that are saying he is.
Dame Pesos got kicked off Twitter because, he made the announcement. He's like, Ron Toye is a pedophile. According to him, it's true now. I heard that Ron lost his job recently. Maybe he lost because he was using the company's computers to make those slanderous tweets. No, what happened, he was working for a company, and then that company got bought by, I think, pretty much Mid-America. And then he essentially got demoted. He didn't lose his job. He just got demoted to a lower position. Ron has more women in his binder than Mitt Romney and Heidi Fleiss. As if Ron can get... Well, you're right about that, Piper. As if Ron can get women. All right. Did you ever tweet about there being an investigation regarding Vic by Funimation? I'm not sure. Did you know there was an investigation by Funimation regarding sexual misconduct? I know they spoke to Monica. Again, he contradicts himself. The dumbass tweets about it a lot. Cody says Ron suffers from a very specific illness called Twitter Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Have you had any communications with anyone associated with Funimation? I'm not sure. Really? Do you know anyone working at Funimation? I know Monica and a few others. Who? Monica, Vic Mignogna, Chris Sabat, Ian Sinclair, Jamie Markey. Those are people I know. He just put Chris Sabat and Ian Sinclair in the fold. Kick Vic's behind the scenes. He later stated, Mike McFarland, have you ever had conversations with Chris Sabat about Vic? Yes. What were they about? Were they negative? I can't remember. Same with Ian and Markey. Ty is asking him these questions, and he apparently can't remember anything. Yet the entire basis of his nonstop defamation on Vic has been that the, quote, industry has been against Vic. How the hell would he know if he can't remember what the industry actually said? Cody is right. Anytime Ron Soye says, I can't remember, he's basically confirming that, yes, it's true.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Also, Nick mentions that Ron stated in Kamea-Khan email that that another Funimation employee would come forward. Were they listed as the names he just gave? Nick thinks not. Ron Toye in his full smug soy final form now. Oh, that's the one where he... Okay, hold on. Mike, I'm sending the image.
Okay.
I'm sending the image. Because I know Mike's not like watching the stream. So,
all right, let's see.
Look at that. Look at the knee.
You know what's funny though? For his long neck, he managed to shove his neck down in his shirt though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a turtle trying to fucking.
He's doing that gay. He's doing that gay. Grab your knee. Oh my God. How embarrassing. Oh, let me show Korean the one I showed you earlier. So they can see the full neck in the because they just got here. So look at this neck because they were talking about no chin. Yeah, no chin and definitely, but a lot of neck. Look at that thing.
It I'm just saying, if he was a gay man, that's the type of neck you're going after.
Well, he may not be gay, but he is. He's definitely the cuck. So there's cucks have to deal with bulls. I'm just saying.
Got to prep.
Yep. Don't never make that sound again. You're not allowed.
Okay. I will never make this noise again. At least as long as I can remember.
Okay, continue. Have you ever been arrested of a crime? Yes, when I was younger, I got arrested for a check that I wrote that bounced. So Ron Toye is a fucking convicted criminal. He's lecturing us about Vic, who has a clean record.
I like how he went into detail on that without being asked. Could have just said yeah.
Well, probably the next question would have been what for what?
Well, what did you do? Yeah.
Ron Toye just stated.
But in law cases, you do not give anything more than what you're asked for, because then that could be used against you.
It's kind of like when you get arrested. When you get arrested, or not get arrested, but when you're like a traffic stop or any kind of stop by a police officer, you answer the questions they ask you. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
Don't provide details, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If they ask, why were you going so fast? Then you tell them why you were going fast. Or most of the time you just be like, well,
always tell them you have to poop and you're good.
Yeah, never I'll put it this way. Never tell them you're trying to get to the hospital for your sick mother unless your sick mother is actually at the hospiel.
Yeah.
They will guide you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll give you an escort. Oh, that's not necessary. As soon as you say that, you're fucked.
Yep.
They will clear the fucking road for you if you actually fucking need it.
Yeah, that's why, Okay. Ron Toye just stated working at Mid-America Mortgage a week or two ago. Before that, he was employed by Fairway Mortgage as an operations manager. None of this info is particularly important. I just find it funny to see him working as a mortgage man. Why did he leave his previous job? I'm really surprised with his debts and his and the fact that he's written balanced checks that they let him work in finances, in all honesty.
Yeah, most of them, when they do background checks, that's exactly what they're, they look for that shit.
And they don't like it if you got like a lot of debts and bad credit. Like that's a no for working finances.
Yeah.
Are you a religious
and a lot of government jobs too,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Are you a religious man? Yes, Christian. Does your personal religious beliefs have anything to say about telling lies? It's not good, he said. He responded.
It's not good.
Do you attempt to follow those rules? For the most part, I try to. Yeah, sure, buddy. You've lied countless times today already, including pretending you don't remember these defamatory tweets or conversations with Funimation employees.
Right?
You say you don't remember these tweets. Are they written in a way consistent with your attitude? Maybe. Ty gets him to read tweets about 4 people assaulted by Vic. Do you remember that tweet? I don't remember writing it, but I do the incident. What? That's a big what for me too, huh?
Sounds like he's saying he remembers the incident he wrote about, which raises many, many questions.
Yeah. Earthworm neck having ass. Welcome to the club, Ron. Leafy sure doesn't have a chin neither. XD, Jim. You have to go back. If he was black, well, if he was black and got mad, the neck he could hurt somebody with it. It mortgage in Dallas, so he had connections to get job. Okay, that actually makes sense. Shit. Look, okay. Do you believe anything someone takes as an offense is an assault? Yes. Any statement that makes a person feel offended. I almost died there. My reaction, if I didn't hold it in, might have ended the world. So I had to take a moment. Let me read this again. Do you believe anything someone takes as offense is an assault? Yes. Any statement that makes a person feel offended. Forget his lawyer. I object. I objected that. What the? I can see like him answering the question, and his lawyer says objection to form. He's like, he looks at him like, well, why? Because that was a dumb question, no dumb answer. Okay. I can do this. It's gonna be okay. Oh no! Go back! I don't want to see Doucette. Hello.
What up, family? Soye be with you.
Yeah, we're just reading through some of these selected stuff from Ron Toye's deposition.
Oh man, That was so good last night.
Yeah.
So.
I get back to where I was. Read that. We just got to the. Oh, where'd it go? I hate these things.
He's in for some serious rue on this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything he's going to say to anybody from now on is assault.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that part?
Oh, I did.
If they feel offended, then it's assault. Okay, here you go.
Say Dame Pesos might have been right.
I mean, all I'm saying is that as of last night, more than 4 people have accused Ron Toya of being a pedophile. And according to his definition, that is true.
Yep, that means, yep.
Yeah.
Well, if he offends enough underage, people out there, then he's technically assaulting them.
Mm-hmm.
What's the definition of pedo?
Yep. So, confirming his ignorance and why that stupid jelly bean joke was given far more power than any reasonable human being would give it. All right. Next question. Did you post that tweet? Looks like I did. I didn't ask if it looks like it. I asked if you did you write it. I don't remember. You said you don't remember the tweet, but you do believe Vic assaulted 4 people you love. Yes. Who are they? Of course, Casey says, my privacy. It's like, and who are the 4 people? I believe he assaulted Monica Rial, and other names were omitted.
Did they blur out his lips?
Yeah, they blurred. No. You could actually read his lips if you're good enough. You could read his lips.
I had to go on an adventure pee.
All right, that's fine.
Clip that later. I can take a look.
Well, yeah, How do you know he assaulted Monica Rial? She told me. What did he do? He invited her in his room, grabbed her hair, and threw her on the bed. Thankfully, someone stepped in. Who?
How tall is Monica again? Does anybody know?
As Nick said last night, there's nobody throwing Monica anywhere.
I'm just remembering how Vic is a very handsome man.
Yeah, he's a very handsome and also tiny man. He is not a large man. Monica is a big-boned woman.
Seems like for a lot of this weird hair-pulling thing everyone's have in common, they have to bend down to let him. It does imply some consent, if, this is in fact the case.
Mm-hmm. And yes, Undead Quinn, you're correct. The Ron video is very cringe. I was watching it last night. It was very bad. The body language is horrendous. You could tell he was lying. Mike, he was doing the, he was doing the look to your left thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what that means.
Do I lie now?
Yeah.
I think I lie now.
Yeah. I gotta make something up on the fly. Here we go. Kind of thing. Yeah. Monica jumps on the bed for bulls. Jameson just going ham in the chat right now. Like, there was a case that required Supreme Court justices to watch porn. Ron's deposition is more cringeworthy than that image. Can you imagine, like, fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg watching porn? This shit's hot.
You don't understand. I hurt Monica, and I love her. And I asked Tyrone if he backed me up, and he told me to shut the fuck up.
That's a good, like I said, in this thread, that's a good point. He asked, the guy said, he invited her to his room, grabbed her hair, threw her onto bed. Thankfully, someone stepped in. Who? Do you remember who that someone was? I can't remember.
It was Jesus.
So you're saying Jesus, Jesus loved Vic that he came down and said, Vic, you can't do this.
Jesus saves, man. The rest of us take damage.
Mm-hmm. When did it occur? I can't remember. How long have you been dating? Over 5 years. In that 5 years, she never mentioned the Vic incident? No. What the heck is this? He is now describing the allegations between Vic and those twins. Apparently, he invited them to his room and wanted to see them stripped. They said that he, quote, was old enough to be their dad, and Vic got angry, which scared them. They left and cried. This all sounds like such bullshit to me.
Well, yep.
Also, this is apparently the first time the story has ever been told. No cops were called or charges pressed. Also, even in his stupid story, Vic apparently willingly let them leave, but forcefully kissed them before they left. Even these lies aren't as bad as they think it is. Also, Nick brings up a good point about Ron Toye. Apparently, he can't remember 400 plus defamatory tweets he's written, but remembers in detail the sexual assault allegation from the twins that he himself never witnessed. Unbelievable. When did they
tell? It's almost like he was there. Wasn't there.
When did they tell you it occurred? I can't recall. Do you know if these incidents occurred within the past 2 years? I don't remember. So when did they tell you about this? Recently. You mean just in time for tortious interference with Kamea-Con contract in January? That's the guy put that in. Now he's backstabbing and stating that the twins told him they have a very negative experience with Vic 3 years ago, but didn't tell his specifics till this year. Also, Ron and Monica lived with these fans, which is more creepy than anything they have on Vic. That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
That these twins lived with Monica and Ron for 2 years. And now all of a sudden they're part of a defamation. All of a sudden they're part of a situation that's getting Vic fired and shit from jobs and disinvited from cons. A little bit suspicious,
Hey, you want to join the voice acting industry? Just come out and hang out with me, Monica, and Tyrone.
God, having Xavier in here is almost like having Jameson from the chat in here because he keeps bringing up Tyrone. What prompted them to tell you? I don't know. Maybe the public uproar. I've had several women come to me and share their negative experiences. Can you name these other women?
That makes it true.
Can you name these other women? I can't remember. Who else can you remember that told you they were assaulted by Vic? I just told you. Can you tell me those names again? No. And we could get the judge to ask you. Vic assaulted Monica and Jamie Markey. Do you recall stating there were 100 women? I don't remember. In parentheses, kill me. This is so fucking infuriating to watch. This mental patient actually thinks lying and pretending he doesn't remember anything is helping him win. You can't make this shit up. Oh, that picture. That fucking picture. God damn. Hundreds of survivors coming forward, but what do you think that means? That's my Twitter, and I think based on the 4 victims I know and the IO9 articles and hundreds of online allegations, and because people online said it, it must be true. In this instant, I believe it's true.
Ooh.
Do you remember any affidavits from these accusers that corroborate your story? Anything I have is handed to by my lawyer. Nick stated that no, these twins didn't state anything in documents. Of course not. Ron is the most dishonest Christian I've seen in a while. Who asked who out first regarding Ron and Monica? I asked her first. Do you constitute asking a woman out as harassment? It depends.
It depends on if he's the one asking.
Oh my God!
It depends if she says yes. If she says no, automatically assault. James talks masculinity.
Holy crap!
Oh my God!
Fuck. Ron is such a beta that the twins are safe for 2 years. How many guys entered into that room? I can't remember. Goddamn, get your fucking head examined. Memory problems, that bad reek of being dropped on your head when you were a kid. The magic memory easing mallet. Ron will sure need. Ron assaulted Monica.
Tyrone would go in that room time to help him with Bible study. Yeah, every time he went in there, they'd have religious experiences.
Yeah.
Oh God!
A lot of old gods and
Jesus.
Yeah. Nowadays, sad to see Ron is correct because there are people like Ron. Yeah, that's true. Something from Cody from last night, which was pretty funny. Word has it Greg Doucette is watching. If that's true, just want him to know that his head looks like a micropenis. The story that Monica told Ron Toye that Vic kissed her and said, "I hope that's okay." No, that wasn't Monica. It was somebody in the office of Funimation. They said he walked into the office, gave her a kiss, and walked out and said, "I hope that's okay."
And this mystery person's not gonna come forward?
Oh, they're one of the people that came forward.
Oh, okay.
Came forward, and I'm using that in air quotes because, I'm still failing to see the assault in these fake stories they're telling. They suck at crafting out these allegations. No wonder Monica let this out of her tale of Funimation to the Funimation investigator. Do you have problems recalling things sometimes? Do you ever remember things that never happened? That doesn't make sense. You've testified on things you've tweeted, despite stating you don't recall them. I'm not sure. What?
What?
Wait a minute. Do you ever remember things that never happened? That doesn't make sense. You've testified on things you've tweeted, despite stating you don't recall them. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Are we getting punked? Is this Abbott and Costello bit? Is this who's on first? Is this what's happening? Because what?
Mr. Toye, in your professional opinion, what does gravity taste?
Magic Mike was a frequent visitor to the Toye house. All these cuck jokes, man. Lots of cuck jokes tonight. Hypothetically, if a person made this statement and it was false, what should happen to them? That person should sue them. And what should that punishment? They should take it down. And what if a company fired them over false statements? I'm not sure.
Of course he's not. He's hoping the worst punishment he gets is take these tweets down.
Yeah. He's hoping that's the worst thing that happens to him.
Yeah.
If someone makes false statements resulting in a job loss, should that person be made who made the statement lose their job as well? No, because due process. Hypothetically.
The thing that he wasn't sure he knew what it was.
Yeah.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Mm-hmm. Hypothetically. No, because the job has nothing to do with the statement they made.
What?
Ron Toye is reading various tweets, replying nope to whether he remembers them. It would be funny if this asshole wasn't responsible for ruining someone's career.
Yeah. The due process means that just because you've proven I was wrong, I get to defend myself against you defending yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Ha ha ha. Nick has posted the defamatory tweets above Ron's head that keeps pretending he never wrote. Okay. So I'm just going to show a couple of these. He tells somebody, bye, have fun with the predator. Can't wait for your apology. I will unblock you when it all comes out just to see that. Heart. If only one if only one says, but if there are 10, 20, 30 people saying the same thing over the past 15 plus years, even if 10 to 20% are false, that will still mean no less than 8 are true. If only 8 were assaulted, is that enough to judge a person as a predator? Now, these are Ron's tweets that he don't remember making. Don't give up on him regardless of what comes out. This is not the intention of anyone. What most want is the truth to come out, an apology, healing, and safety for the ladies at conventions until he gets help and proves himself not to be a predator. He needs help. I don't think that Vic is the one that needs help.
Ron, was it you? Did you authorize the code red? I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Oh!
I like that. I'm for fire Ron Toye at a trend.
I better see him canceled for from a few more of those, or I won't be going back, smiley face. Can't speak for anyone else, but I won't go, smiley face. Well, that sounds like tortious interference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This tweet about, quote, Vic never apologizing is inconsistent. Not only against the public tweet Vic made, but also that he privately contacted Monica Rial, Toye's fiance. So he should know about that. Okay, remember, this is all these tweets he says, I don't recall, right? Good. Look where the burden lies in a defamation cases. If he was innocent, where is he? He hasn't responded to me once. He hasn't apologized to one person. He apologized to a room full of fans, not his accusers.
Well, he doesn't know who those people are.
Yeah. Who cares about fabricated con photos? This lunatic just admitted that he doesn't actually care about the truth. He just wants Vic guilty, and that's that. But remember, he's a Christian. And whether the tweet was quoted, the fabricated account about con photos, who cares? He assaulted other voice actors and employees of cons and studios. The reason he's getting fired is more than him hugging fans. I mean, not really, according to,
What do you know?
Yeah.
For somebody who's not an agent, what do you know? Right. So far, according to what we've seen of the report that's supposed to include that investigation, isn't that it?
Mm-hmm.
Have we gotten a detailed copy of the investigation yet?
Nope.
Discovery?
Nope.
I bet they're hoping this goes away before that comes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's I mean, there was a little more, but that's not important. There's going to be more tonight in about 40 minutes. I know I'm going to be tuning in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tuning.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to go over that because I figured, most of y'all probably seen it, but I just thought it'd be good for a laugh. Ron's Definition is a clear example that SJWs can't create. Even their lies are flat as Brie Larson's ass. Mr. Soye, what do center of windows taste like? Ron sure sounds like a shyster. Yep. I'm for Fire Ron Toye trend. We have proof he is a pedo. Thanks for
somebody on Twitter said it. That means it's true.
Yeah, and more than one. There's been at least 3, maybe 4 who said it. Thanks for the shit show, Ron Soye. In this case, that might actually be real. I don't think these fuckheads can be honest even for a second. That's true. I don't recall is gonna use Ron's and an excuse. There's a stay on Discovery, so they won't get it until after the TCPA is looked into. Well, what they're trying to do now is that's another thing I want to ask Jameson. Vegeta is mentioned by Monica as work husband, and then Ron as fiance. That's pretty telling, isn't it? Y'all, you guys think that Chris Sabbatt's throwing Monica the D?
Monica.
Jameson, I was going to ask you, what do you think about the whole ploy to try to depose Nick Rekieta? Because I don't see in any way that could actually happen.
See, it seems like everything they're asking from Nick is all available on public record anyway. There really is no reason to bring him into this other than we got this.
Yeah. I see, Mama Bear. Thank you. I don't ever seen you in a chat before. Thank you for showing up. After seeing Ron on video, number 1, Monica lied about their hot sex life. Number 2, I understand the soy references. I mean, that guy, oh my gosh. You call somebody soy, just, soy or stuff like that. And then they talk and relieve you of all doubt.
Yeah.
Right? Like.
Then you're just like, knew it.
Yep. Yep. It's like at the beginning of that deposition, that's still one of the funnier lines is when they said he said Ty said something like, he said, if I ask, you can answer the questions, like if I say, when did you stop beating your wife, you can answer I never beat my wife. And Rekieta paused and he said, I just want to pause here and say Ron has not beat anything. Ron is the one being pegged by Monica, how beta he is. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
that is funny as hell. Judge is going to not likely grant it because of Apex deposition rule. Toye's dad touched him. I'm not gonna speculate, but maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. Oh, and just a little aside. While I was watching that, Xavier, I went back and watched like some of it because I wanted to show Mike and Cab when Cab was here earlier. I looked over on the side, and all of a sudden I see, people are chatting, they're having a laugh, looking at Ron and everything, and all of a sudden I see a tweet, I see a message from Comic Artist Pro Secrets that says, "What a fucking little shit." Nick is wrong about what? That's what's he wrong about?
Weather?
You gotta give me more than three. Gotta give me more than 3 words, buddy. Will this saga continue tomorrow? Probably. Because we haven't even, from what Nick said, we haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes of the deposition yet. That was the light stuff, according.
All we managed to establish so far is Ron Toye is a moron.
Yeah.
Thinks he's gonna bullshit his way out of this.
That nickname. That nickname the community has given them, Moronica.
Yeah.
That was just a joke. Ron beats himself as bulls go to town. That's what he meant by Nick was wrong. But then that whole thing where they said Monica Vic threw her on the bed, and he said nobody's throwing Monica anywhere.
I've seen that bitch. No one is throwing Monica anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the light stuff. This is not. This isn't even the heavy stuff yet, guys. This was the filler. This was filler arc. We didn't even gotten to the main.
Tournament arc.
Like I said, that's the light stuff. Yeah, this is nothing. We didn't even got to the good shit yet, apparently. And then of course you still got Vic's and Monica's depositions, because I will give Nick credit. Even though he's definitely got a in the way he'd want this case to go, he's at least being fair and showing all the depots. So. Ron tried to.
I saw on Twitter the other day they were going over. I guess they got Depo. Vic does, and they're going over every paragraph on how they got him.
Yeah. Let's see. Ron tried to watch baseball and got the wrong meaning of bullpen. Now his house is a bullpen. Mrs. Soye, can you please tell the court when Miss Rial is keeping your balls? From what I've heard, meat and potatoes and Ron used in the same sentence.
Oof.
I'm excited to see Vic's Depo, or Twig and Berries. Okay, and here's the funny thing. I'm not going to name the person, but there is a YouTuber out there who is basically trying to say Vic's a pedophile because in the written depositions that have been released for Vic, they asked him about kissing children, which in the context of in a convention, on the cheek is what he means, right? Never on the lips, always on the cheek or the forehead or something like that. But
yeah, typically most kids go to cons with sort of chaperone or parent.
Yeah.
And I've yet to hear of getting asked by a dad.
Yeah.
And
so that accusation is, he's making this accusation that, Vic is a pedophile and, you shouldn't touch any children, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but, it was in a very public space, because more than likely it was either at his signing table or at a panel. So you can't pretend like he did it in private or some shit. And apparently
you
nobody...
don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't touch children ever, even if they're on fire. Not even to put that fire out, because that's pedophilia.
I mean, he literally said something. He said, "You shouldn't touch kids. You shouldn't even touch your own kids." I'm like, I'm not like I said, I'm not giving him the time of day because he's not worth it. But I will say this, dude. have fun with that failing channel you got. Because every time you make dumbass statements like that, you lose subscribers. I wonder fucking why. Because you're nothing but a dumbass shit stirrer. That's why nobody gives a shit about you.
Yeah. Who are we talking to?
Don't worry about it.
If you say his name 3 times, he might appear in the chat.
Number 1, this is the light stuff. 2, here's the filler, and finally Monica came forward. Shit, Santa is now a pedo too. Hell no. That's pretty much, yeah.
Well, I mean, by their reasoning, parents are like incestual pedophiles then.
Yeah. If he were making out with kids in public, cops would have pulled him. Yep.
In a world where everyone has a camera, there would be more footage.
Yeah.
What he is advocating is actually child abuse. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what they're advocating, but that's the thing. You know, he's making an accusation based on statements where, hey, the question was like, I forgot the exact question. I wish I had it in front of me so I could, wouldn't misrepresent it. But essentially, the question was like, do you think? Don't you think it's kind of creepy to be kissing children? And he says, and he basically said, I don't think so. Because, I mean, well, it's one thing, Vic's Italian. Italians are very affectionate people, right?
Yeah.
I don't think kissing, I mean, obviously, it made it be weird, especially if a parent isn't there, yeah. But most of the time, there's going to be some kind of parent chaperone or the child, if it's, and we're talking child, we're talking like 14, 15, right? Not babies.
Yeah.
But I wish Cap was here right now so you could educate everyone how Italians are black.
Well, yeah.
Being racist against Vic.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna say the man's name, or say the channel name that I was talking about, because, like I said, he's not worth it. I mean, I didn't say I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't type it in the chat or anything, though. I'm not encouraging anybody to find that channel and report him for misrepresenting and abuse of or anything like that. Not I'm not encouraging that at all.
No. Clarification for legal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Kiss on the cheek is normal in some cultures. Kiss on the cheek is normal in this culture.
Yeah.
It's not like it suddenly became a weird thing. I had a teacher years ago, like 3rd grade. At Christmas one year, she held the kids a peck on the cheek, because it was Christmas, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas because we're going on Christmas break. Wouldn't see us for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. God, I wish we had 3 weeks. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
it's whatever, man. It's whatever. These same people pushing
Don't
for
hug you during that dude.
And these are the same people pushing for trans kids dancing on stages. For what normal or not, they should not speak. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But anyway, what time is it? Oh, I think that's a good wrap up point. What do y'all guys think?
Yeah.
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 Oh, wait, man, that's my hand. Okay, one more time, just so everybody can see it. The thumbnail for tonight's created by our good friend Cab. He's he had the snotties tonight, so he couldn't join us. But maybe tomorrow night he'll come in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to hoof it to try and get Ricada for next week.
Mm-hmm.
So far, all I've gotten, I've spent a lot of money. TM say I'll check my DM. after saying he'd do our show. At this point, I've almost spent enough money that I might as well book his ass as a lawyer for an hour.
Hey, we need legal advice. Can you come on for an hour?
That's going to cost you this much. I've already.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, go back and look at your super chats, right? Like, thank you for the show. I love you, Mike. That's from the Korean.
Oh, thank you.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike's a good lad.
And he's a small Korean that I always bully.
So cute.
You say always bully?
Pointing out, yes.
Okay.
Whenever he gets banned off Twitter, I make sure the first thing I always tell him is that he's a stinky Korean, hello, and to go eat some Korean shit.
Wow. Very loving.
Some Korean shit.
Very specific.
Very specific, very loving relationship going on there.
I guess so.
I also started reading that book you told me to read, Mike.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Do you know what Ron's favorite saying is?
I can't recall.
Let's see. Mr. Soye, are you a pedophile? I'm not sure.
I
can't recall.
I don't recall.
Toye, how many children have you touched?
I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't know, maybe. But it was like, you know, I would like to see the Depo like without commentary, because there were some parts where like he got very indignant. Like that part where, you know, I read where he said like you know, Vic Mignogna assaulted Monica Rial and this, that, and the other. He got very heated. Like, why aren't you believing my lie? Okay.
I'm not the monster. He's the monster.
So Ron's favorite saying is, "Thank you, sir. Can you bring another?" Oh no, these men are assaulting his poor ego. Fuck. Umbrella guy said he was going to drop it. So they're going to like the whole deposition. I would like to get a hold of that. And I know a few people want to do it because they want to clip out they actually want to make like a what do you call it? A video, a music video of him going, "I don't recall, I don't remember."
Yeah, lo-fi hip hop that you can objectiform to.
Yeah. Objectiform to. God. Lo-fi hip hop to objectiform to.
I don't recall.
I don't remember. Boop, boop,
Probably.
boop, boop, boop.
Must have.
What did Ron say about Monica getting spanked? Check his Twitter, probably. I'll check his Twitter. I'll check it out. But anyway, so yeah, that was the stream for tonight. We appreciate you. Once again, I will remind you that we do have a Patreon account.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a Subscribe Star account. Those links are in the description below. If you feel like it, don't feel obligated that you have to. But if you feel like supporting us in that way, we would greatly appreciate it. We will be doing some special things for it. We were going to do it tonight, but Cab was not feeling well, so we'll just do it tomorrow night. So, anyway, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up. Mm-hmm. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you bright and bushy tailed tomorrow. Peace out.
Bye-bye.